for an edge. Download the free Action Network app and get live odds and expert analysis for every game. John is with us here now. John, good morning. How are you?
What's going on, guys? We got baseball playoffs and football, so a loaded weekend.
Oh, yeah. I think baseball, I'd be very scared of gambling on baseball, but I'm sure the Sharps know exactly what they're doing.
John, let me ask you a question. It has nothing to do with the playoffs, but in baseball. If you would have bet against the Tigers every game, and I know the games that they would have won, the odds would have been dramatically in their favor. Would you have won money betting against them to lose every game?
$1 billion, Stone.
I'll pull that up for you as we get going, and I'll tell you at the end of our segment.
Okay.
Wow, that would be impressive if you could do two things at once. All right, let's talk about Michigan. They are home hosting Iowa, and this line has gone down pretty dramatically from where it opened to where it is now. And I know you've said in the past that usually big national teams like Michigan get most of the money, but it sounds like the money has been on Iowa here.
Yeah, right now, looking at our scorecard here, Michigan open 5.5 down to as low as 3.5 at some books. We're seeing a majority of tickets and dollars coming in on the Hawkeyes. I got a number of systems on Iowa as well. Historical fans would say they're undervalued, and it's not just history, it's our power ratings as well in college football that make this game Michigan -3. So if you got on Iowa early, you got the best of the numbers. There's still, like I said, 3.5 out there. Always key if you can get that extra half a point in a game that's expected to be competitive.
And then Michigan State, the line, 20.5 against Ohio State. Ohio State's blowing out everybody, but the question is, have they played anybody, and especially a defense that, up until last week was really good in Michigan State's?
Yeah, big numbers in college football are always difficult to handicap, just because, if Michigan State's up 27, do they really care if they give up, a back or an extra touchdown late in the fourth quarter that could swing the spread? These games, when I'm looking at our power ratings, the market and our power ratings are the same. We have Ohio State winning by 20 points on average, so not a ton of value, I don't think, in this game, either from a spread or a total perspective. So sometimes it's best to just, not bet, even though we're always tempted on games that we're interested in.
Stay away, as they say. You've mentioned your power ratings multiple times when you're talking about laying these odds. Who is at top of your power ratings? A lot of people are suggesting that Ohio State is the best team in college football. I'm not ready to go there yet because I haven't seen them play a really difficult opponent, but do you have them on top of your power rankings?
Our top 4 right now, which we put in the playoffs, is Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. So, Alabama and Clemson are still kind of in a tier by themselves, but Ohio State, Oklahoma, they're right there. So I don't think you can fault anyone for thinking the Buckeyes are the best team in the country, but from our numbers, at least from a betting perspective, we still have to tie number 1.
It's weird because the eye test tells me that teams like LSU and Georgia are better than Clemson right now.
And they're right there. We have them 5th and 6th. So not a huge difference in terms of power rating numbers. It's all very close. Obviously we need more information to really start separating out these teams. And hopefully we get that down the stretch here in the season.
So as long as we're talking about power rankings, the Lions are on a bye this week. They will take on the Packers next Monday night. So a week from now, we'll definitely talk about that game. I think here in Detroit, we're having a hard time kind of figuring out what we're watching. Lions are 2-1-1. They went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs, and they definitely got a cover in that one. Where do you see the Lions? Yes, they did.
That's what we wanted.
Yes, exactly. As you said, John, where do you see them kind of stacking up in the division and in the NFL right now?
Yeah, if you look at some underlying stats from offensive to defensive efficiency, Detroit's right there in the middle of the pack. 14th in offensive efficiency, 11th in defensive. So they're a good team. The 2-1-1 record, that kind of fits their profile right now statistically. So, but we ran the rest of the season a simulation 10,000 times to determine, who's the most likely playoff team and where the odds are. So I encourage all your listeners to go to our website. We have all that information up, and I think that's something they'd like to see, how we project the Lions out the rest of the year.
That's a good tease. They call that a tease in the radio business. I like it.
Now, Jamie mentioned the Lions play Green Bay next Monday night. Green Bay with a tough game in Dallas coming up on Sunday. How do you see that?
Packers and Lions next week?
No, Packers-Cowboys this week.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the best games on the slate. I think it really comes down to the run game here. Cowboys rushing offense against the Packers run defense. Cowboys right now are averaging 4.9 yards per carry. That's top 10 in the NFL. And they're going to go up against the Packers defense that ranks 29th out of 32 teams against the run. One of only 4 teams right now that are allowing more than 5 yards per carry to their opponent. So that seems like a huge mismatch. So advantage Cowboys here. But the line reflects this information, obviously. Dallas favored by 3.5 points. So I don't fault anyone if they want to take Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers with that extra hook. I think, though, the more interesting play here is the total. It's sitting at 47. Our projections have it going under at 44. So about a field goal worth of value there in the total. If the Cowboys do have the success that we think they can on the ground, that keeps the clock running, shortens the game, and adds some value to the under.
All right, John. John's been right on it for most of his picks. Yes.
Did you do your multitasking?
No, come on. You can ask him to go through all 162 games. He can give it to us next week.
I got it.
You got it. Okay.
All right, so if you bet against Detroit every single game this season, you would have made a lot of money. You would have gone. A $100 better would be up over $2,600.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. Tony, you should have done that.
I know. Well, shoulda, coulda. That's why it's
Yeah.
gambling.
All right. That's why Vegas is Vegas.
I know.
All right. Thanks, John. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Appreciate it. That's John Ewing, sponsored by the Action Network. Looking for an edge? Download the free Action Network app and get live odds and expert analysis for every game. Coming up next, Juwan Howard, Michigan's head basketball coach, makes his maiden voyage on the Jamie and Stoney Show. 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Expert Heating and Cooling. 75 northbound at 12 Mile now shut down due to an accident at 13 Mile Road. The southbound side only. The right lane is open due to this wreck. Northbound drivers can still exit at 11 or 12 Mile. You can use John R. or Stevenson. Even Woodward is possible alternates. Keep in mind, northbound is slow from at least 696. Southbound delays continue from Maple.
I'm Hot Mark, owner of Expert Heating and Cooling. And if you feel like I feel, come on, choose a new high-efficiency furnace from Expert Heating and Cooling. We have the best quality and lowest price, period.
I'm Michelle Penny on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
The station where you call the shots. Most of the time.
Is your business still settling for slow internet? Well, time is money. Switch to Comcast Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, installation when it works for you, and 24/7 customer support, it's time to take your business beyond. Right now, get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and auto pay. Plus, we offer solutions like powerful Wi-Fi that thinks about what customers want, and automatic internet backup that can keep your business running. So what are you waiting for? Get the internet your business really needs. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and auto pay. Offerings 11/21/19. Restrictions apply to new business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited up to 8 hours.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. As expected, the Mets fired manager Mickey Callaway yesterday. Personally, I would have voted for him to stay on based on the way the Mets rallied during the second half of the season. And in his 2-year tenure, Jacob deGrom captured 1 and possibly 2 Cy Young awards. Callaway came to the Mets after serving as a highly regarded pitching coach with Cleveland. However, general manager Sandy Alderson, who had hired him, left, and this June, new GM Brody Van Wagenen fired Callaway's pitching coach Dave Island and bullpen coach Chuck Hernandez. The handwriting certainly was on the wall, and the miracle finish that might have saved Callaway's job ultimately never materialized. I'd love to see Joe Girardi take over, but I doubt the Mets would pay him what he would want. I only hope that their next skipper has a track record of major league managerial success on Boomer Esiason.
Prepare your vehicle for the weather ahead during Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts with great deals on batteries and accessories. Plus, save on your next oil change with 5 quarts of Valvoline Max Life motor oil and a MicroGuard filter, just $28.99. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, my name is Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers in San Francisco. With my Spark Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. Last year, I redeemed $115,000 in cash back. Yeah, $115,000. And that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers pay for real stories. Credit approval required.
Nope, nuh-uh. We're not doing that yet. There's still plenty of fall left to enjoy. In fact, here in Ontario, Canada, it's one of the best times of the year. Colorful leaves everywhere you look, great fall festivals, glamping under the stars, that's glamorous camping. Incredible foodie flavors and wine excursions that are perfect for a weekend getaway. We've got the best fall has to offer, but don't take too long, because pretty soon... Okay, enough. Plan your fall weekend in Ontario at fallinontario.com.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. 30% of Americans who are planning home improvements of $5,000 or more will pay for those renovations with a high-interest credit card. That may not be a great idea. A better idea may be to take cash out of your home with a Quicken Loans 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.08%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate subject to change. Pay 1.25% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Sunday starting at 5. 97.1 The Ticket's Jeff Rieger broadcasts live from Little Caesars Arena for the Red Wings home opener with the Dallas Stars. Brought to you by Michigan Lottery's Lucky Doubler $2 instant game. There's fun in every one. Get your Red Wings tickets now at DetroitRedWings.com. Catch Game 1 of the ALDS as the Yankees host the Twins tonight at 7 only on MLB Network. Plus, tune in before and after every postseason game to get live coverage on MLB Tonight all month long. Visit FindMLBNetwork.com to find what channel MLB Network is on your cable provider. Michigan hosts Iowa at the Big House. Kickoff tomorrow at noon on 97.1 The Ticket or radio.com.
97.1 The Ticket, Jamie and Stoney, and we are joined for the first time by head Michigan basketball coach Juwan Howard. Juwan, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We are great. Thanks for the time. We really appreciate it. I want to go back to Monday, I think it was May 13th, where the sports world was shocked to learn that John Beilein was leaving Michigan. Do you remember exactly where you were when you heard the news, and what's the first thing that came into your mind?
Yes, I remember being home in Miami, and I woke up that morning, and usually I don't always just pick up my cell phone when I first wake up, and I like to just kick back, breathe, and just think for a second, and just recap what I have to do for the day. But at that time, some crazy reason, I picked up my cell phone and I looked at some text messages, and there was an alert that came up on ESPN that said that Coach Beilein has decided to move on and coach the Cleveland Cavaliers. So immediately I turned on the Sports Center, and that's where I saw the bottom ticker, and it said the same thing. So I was shocked and surprised. I'm sure like many people, but the first thought that came to my mind was, wow, what if? What if I was the head coach at the University of Michigan? I've always thought about it in the sense of if Coach Beilein retired, would I ever, and I've been asked this question not only by myself, sitting there, thinking about something like that, but I've been asked the question by many people if I ever coach college basketball, and I've always said it will only be Michigan if I ever decided to come back to college and coach.
Well, it's funny because when it happened, we're sitting there, all right, who's next? And I mentioned you.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, because it made sense. There were other candidates, to be honest, I had higher, but yeah, and it was what, Billy Donovan was number one or somebody else. Yeah, and I said to Juwan Howard, he's been the why not? So now that you're here, practice started about a week ago, you sit back and say, man, this is really cool.
Well, I still walk in my office and, first thing I say is like, wow, is this real? I'm still, I would say shocked, but just excited about and overjoyed to have this opportunity because, this institution is a special place. It's one of the best institutions in the world, and I would say, I'm biased, it's the best. Now to come back to my alma mater, where I was a little kid growing up and playing in Chrysler, practicing, with my fellow teammates, and now let's fast track where we are today. Now I'm the head coach because I recall the time when Steve Fisher was the head coach here. But it's been a blessing, I would say. But more importantly, I have, prepared myself for this day to be a head coach somewhere, whether it was the NBA or college.
Juwan Howard with us, Michigan's head basketball coach. It seemed like once you were hired, you hit the ground running and you were recruiting all over the nation and the world. We'll get to that in a second. But now you're back in the gym. Now you're coaching your team. Is this the part you love the most? I mean, I know recruiting's a big part of who you are, but now are you doing the stuff that you love the most as a basketball coach?
Yes. Basketball is my passion. I played basketball since 6 years old, and I've been able to play for some great coaches, starting with my high school coach, and Steve Fisher, and then when I got drafted, I had a guy by the name of Jim Lino.
Oh yeah.
A lot of East Coast people know Jim Lino. He's a basketball mind, awesome person. So my passion for the game has never left. So then when I got